Ah, spring. The changing of the seasons. The great rebirth of the spirit. That time of year when the trees start coming on everybody.
Once the trees start popping like that, you know, the pollen just comes right out. Pollen just comes right out.
It's a time for lovers, poets, and dreamers. A time to reflect on one's place in the world and realize how blessed we are to even set foot on this rock for whatever time we are allowed. It's truly beautiful.
All right, back it up. Back
What the
it
fuck is this
up.
guy doing?
All right, you're good. You're good. Drop it.
That ball drilled to right.
Holy shit, is that baseball? Whoa!
LeBron James.
Scream if you love baseball.
I'm legally blind.
Coldest winter ever.
Baseball is my favorite sport. I love the way they hit the ball into my porch. I might actually just delete this whole fucking video. I'm not even joking right now. It's baseball season, baby. My favorite time of year. I know I'm probably in the minority here. Baseball isn't the most popular sport. I think it's probably the least popular of the big four. There's baseball at the bottom. Then there's Professional League of Legends. Then there's the PFC, the Professional Pillow Fighting Championship. And then obviously football is at the top. I don't feel like the NFL should really be included though. I mean, it's technically a private entertainment business, not a sport. It's basically just the WWE.
Take it back the parts I know. Load the spaceship with the rocket fuel. Load it with the word.
In all seriousness, I do love football, but it's just got nothing on baseball, man. Baseball just has a certain mystique to it. That slow burn of hope and anticipation clashing with the cold, hard reality of a sport that openly hates you.
About the top three teams. Here's a bunt that may have come back and hit Cowgill in the face. And it did. Oh, wow.
Baseball is an unbelievably hard sport to play. It's even harder to play it well. Why is that? Well, from the time the pitcher lets go of the baseball, the hitter has about 150 milliseconds to decide if they even want to try and hit the ball. Once they make that decision, they have a 10. I repeat, 10 millisecond window where the ball is actually hittable. Now, remember, every single pitcher in baseball is different, from obvious differences in physical makeup to the actual pitches they're throwing and how they're throwing them. Each pitcher also has an arsenal of different pitches all being thrown at different speeds and moving in different directions. Then remember that there are 8 other opposing players who, in the event you can connect with the baseball, can simply catch the ball and now you're out. Baseball is one of the only team sports where you can routinely do everything right and still fail. Now stretch all of those failures into a 162 game season where you fail pretty much every single day. Yeah, baseball is hard. As such, there are quite a few teams each year that lose a few games. I mean, when you play 162 games a year, these things are bound to happen. But then, there are teams that lose hundreds of games. The Chicago White Sox are one such team.
This is historically inept as they've been shut out 7 times in the
But
first
only
19
3 years ago, they were nearly favorites to win the World Series.
There is nothing to root for on this team. And Sox fans, you know, I said this last time, I'll say it again. The one way that you could tell everybody how you really feel, just stop going to these games. I mean, who wants to go and sit here and watch this crap?
The entire organization is poison. The entire way that they go about their business is a failure. Firing Rick isn't enough. Firing Kenny isn't enough. If Chris Guest gets promoted and we have to sit through another 15-year retool rebuild, you're just going to hear from me again in 2038.
The White Sox had a horrible year in 2023. Were they the worst team in the league? No, that would be the soon-to-be Las Vegas Athletics or the Colorado Rockies. Were they the most disappointing team in the league? No, that award probably goes to the Yankees, Mets, or Padres, depending on who you ask. Were they bad? Yeah, they were pretty bad. The White Sox landed at or near the bottom in basically every statistic you can measure. They didn't pitch well, they didn't hit well, they didn't run well, and they didn't field well. Almost everything that could have gone wrong did. Star shortstop Tim Anderson straight up forgot how to hit a baseball and then got knocked out in a fistfight on live TV.
Oshie and Anderson square off. They're fighting. They're
elite closer Liam Hendricks overcame stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma just to have his arm explode like 5 games later. Local wrestling heel turned pitcher Lance Lynn had the worst year of his career. Relief pitcher Kenyon Middleton alleged that there were players sleeping in the bullpen during games. What was supposed to be a platform year for the team instead turned into a death spiral. This team seemingly has no path to short-term success. How do you fix a team like this? My answer? Start young. That's right. We're rebuilding the Chicago White Sox from the foundation with children.
What the Sigma?
Clearly, the scouts over in Chicago have been missing out on some incredibly talented young players. I mean, none of these kids have even signed NIL deals. Now look, I know what you're saying. Sam, did you just spend 5.5 minutes on that elaborate intro as a thinly veiled excuse to play a 20-year-old baseball game for children? Yeah. But my goal here as I revisit this game is to see if I can make a team that's statistically better than the 2023 White Sox in every way. Better pitching, better fielding, better base running, and better hitting. Our biggest obstacle is going to be time. I don't have 162 games to pad out our team stats, so we're gonna have to come out of the gates hot. But I mean, come on. This is a game aimed at children. It can't be that tough.
Target goes up. Here's the pitch. Strike one.
Imagine getting beat at this children's game. This is crazy.
And popped up. Gets under it. Into the motion. The pitch. Swung on.
Oh my god. Now Petey's up. Come on. Come on.
Into the windup.
Ah, it didn't cut.
What are you waving at?
When it comes to building our future White Sox roster, there's really only one place we can start. Pablo.
Hola, soy Pablo y me gusta mucho el béisbol.
Listen, if you know, you know. Pablo Sanchez is an absolute beast in the backyard franchise regardless of sport. In every game this kid's in, he's a top 3 player. He can play pretty much any position, but we'll start him at the hot corner for now.
Vamos a ganar.
Next up, Stephanie Morgan.
Pick me, because I know everything there is to know about baseball.
Oh my god, she's literally me. She's a good all-arounder minus the pitching. She doesn't do anything exceptionally well, but as far back as I can remember, I've always picked Stephanie, so we got her at shortstop.
I'll tell you right now, you play me at shortstop and we'll win for sure, because I've studied tapes, and tapes are the best, like Ripken and Rodriguez and Scal, and I can turn doubles all day, you'll see.
Then we got the Weber twins. They're quick and they can pitch, and both of those things are very valuable, so we'll just stuff them in the outfield corners for now.
Goody! Now pick my sister Sydney, too. Oh, goody. Ashley and I are on the same team.
We got the Khan brothers, Ahmed and Amir.
Pick me, dude.
Ahmed's a serious hitter with good speed, somebody you can hopefully help anchor the lineup. Amir's a solid hitter and pitcher, and we'll use him as our starter for now.
I've got a mean heat pitch, but you'll find that out once you pick me for your team.
Keisha Phillips is another one of those characters who plays well in basically every backyard sports game. She's fast, she crushes the ball, and she can hold her own in the field. With her frame and big bat, we'll put her at first base.
Einstein, good move.
Dante Robinson is an absolute speed demon, and he's pretty good at fielding. We'll need somebody to be a pest on the base paths, and that's got Dante written all over it. He'll man the keystone.
My arm's warmed up. Let's get to playing.
Finally, we've got another heavy hitter, Pete Wheeler.
I want to play baseball.
Petey basically has no weaknesses, and he's stupid quick. He'll play center field and be the Ken Griffey Jr. of this team. Except, you know, Ken Griffey Jr. was a supremely talented, charismatic young man with an immense love for the game. And Pete is,
So, whose team am I on?
well, let's just say, neurodivergent.
Here comes Petey. First up, bat.
I'm gonna hit a touchdown.
Just like backyard football, backyard baseball is played with just the mouse. When batting, you simply pick how hard you want to hit the ball, then click in the strike zone where you think the pitcher's going to throw the ball. When pitching, you just do the inverse with a heater, a slow ball, a left hook, and a right hook. You've also got wacky power-ups! Whoa! These power-ups all fill one of two roles, making it harder to hit the ball or hitting the ball better. You threw the cum ball. That's bullshit.
Oh well, it's just a game.
That's an illegal move. You can't throw the cum ball.
From the stretch and the pitch.
That's another cum ball. Are you gonna do anything about that shit? He's throwing cum balls. This is not okay. So backyard baseball is a 2D baseball game, as evidenced by these weird physics-breaking interactions. As such, understanding what is or isn't a strike with basically no visual depth can be a little frustrating. I applaud what they managed to do with an engine that made its debut in 1987 for the Commodore 64.
The Secret of Monkey Island, a game so big only the Sega's CD could hold it. A graphic adventure game has never been so easy. Using the award-winning SCUM system, walking, talking, taking is as simple as pointing the cursor and pressing a button. Available now from LucasArts Games and JVC. The Secret of Monkey Island.
I didn't make that up, by the way. That's real. But this game is janky. Like, the ball can phase through walls janky. What? No. No, he's cheating. No. No, what do you mean? No, he's cheating. No, that's fucked, dude. Like, you can click on a spot in the field to go catch a fly ball, and your player won't stand on that spot and won't catch the ball.
Oh no.
Can one of you catch it?
Man, not again.
What the fuck? Pressing the print button crashes the game. Oh, what the fuck? You motherfucker that crashed my game! You know, when I was recording this, I kind of forgot that they started giving away Backyard Baseball as a free CD-ROM in boxes of General Mills cereal. And when I rediscovered this information, I didn't believe it. Like it was some kind of bizarre Mandela effect. And then shit like this happens. And I totally get it. They couldn't charge people for this shit. See, Backyard Baseball doesn't put much emphasis on realism. It's an over-the-top, cartoony baseball game with flaming fastballs. Vaporize this motherfucker. Stupid fucking child. And ground balls that literally dig under the ground.
Like you gotta have ESP to know where that thing's gonna pop up.
But one aspect of it that is shockingly realistic is fielding. As a baseball player, you're expected to make routine defensive plays to secure outs for your pitcher. If, for whatever reason, you can't make one of these routine plays, it's considered an error. There are plenty of great defensive players out there that make the game look easy, but it's not. You gotta have concentration, timing, mobility, and arm strength to be passable at basically any position. Now, the average American child...
Oh my god, oh my god.
They don't have any of those things. This is reflected perfectly in Backyard Baseball. Observe.
Oh no.
Oh no, missed it.
Oh boy. It sure would be nice if Ashley, my left fielder, who just made a very avoidable error, could toss me the ball so we could get on with the inning.
Oh, no, you can't! I won't do it! I won't do it! You can't play me! You can't play me!
Fucking... What? Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 why'd you do that? Oh my god, why'd you do that? I didn't tell you to fucking do that. So I actually started this video way back in February. I'm just now finishing it. I got bronchitis in March, and it made it difficult to talk, which is what I'm doing a lot of in this video. So if at any point in this gameplay footage, it sounds like I'm like choking or coughing or like my lungs are like actively disintegrating, that's because they were.
That's his eager face.
Let's take it to him.
I think I'm about to steal!
Become center. Fire.
Oh my god. Oh, I thought that was gone. Are you kidding me? Definitely make it to third. Make it to third. There's no one covering home. Oh, come back.
You can have it.
Oh! Let's go.
Pitch on the way. Strike two. Attempt to steal.
Yeah.
Over to third.
What? No!
Over his head.
What was that? No. No, what was that? He dribbled it. Tag him. Oh my god. Oh my god, what was that?
Alright, try this one on for size, big boy.
And another batter. Look out. As it goes up, throws it. The swing. Looped up. He's under it. He wasn't ready for it.
What the fuck? Dante.
Rifles it. Whoops.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Doesn't make the tag. Fire. Swing. A bouncing ball. And makes it to second.
What are they doing over there? Oh my god. Should I run? Oh no. Oh no way. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. What's going on? What's going on? There's all these sound effects.
When you put that together with all the guys on this team, at a certain point, baseball comes down to the Jimmies and the Joes a little bit. This team is stacked, man, and they're performing.
I just really like this team. They still continue to win.
You win. We came through a lot of adversity this season. But we stuck together as a team. Said Pete Wheeler, the Sox co-captain. First and foremost, Pete is not the Sox co-captain. Second off, he did not say those things. He's physically incapable of speech. How the fuck is he gonna say all that? The Ultra Grand Championship of the Universe.
This is what you've been training for, Rocky. This is why we're here.
Oh, get out. Get out.
Into the motion and delivers.
That's gone. Way gone. Good start. Good start.
The motion, he throws it. The swing.
That'll work, Dante. That'll fucking work.
The windup and the throw. The wing. That one left to center. Lots of room. There goes. That ball is out of here.
I gotta stop throwing the fastball down the middle of the fucking plate. It's like baseball 101, and for some reason it's just not clicking with me right now.
Now the pitch. A swing.
Now fuck off with that shit.
The Underminer!
From the windup, cuts to the plate. Swinging.
Perfect.
An unforgettable undergrounder. From the windup, throws it.
Get the fuck out, bitch.
A bouncing ball. Jump up, lays out. That's not gonna do it. He fires at the first. Out. The Sox whooped him.
Here we go. Another chance to show them all who rocks hardest.
Oh shit, jungle breakdown. Oh damn, okay.
Gooch like that. Yeah, give me some more of that.
If we directly compare our seasons, including our playoffs, the BBL White Sox won the championship 23 games into the MLB season. Our White Sox had a record of 20-3. The real-life White Sox had a record of 7-16. We're White Sox scored 221 runs and only allowed 79 runs. The real White Sox scored 96 runs, and allowed 130. We struck out 173 batters, but I found out the real White Sox struck out 220. I couldn't find the evidence to prove this, but I got a feeling our 63 errors are probably worse than what they had through 23 games. 63 is actually more than the Diamondbacks or Rangers had all year, which is hilarious. We got nowhere close to the real White Sox 86 stolen bases or their 171 home runs, but if we had a 162 game season, we probably would have surpassed those numbers. But I'm not playing 162 games of backyard baseball. Pitching's a bit more difficult since Amir kind of soloed every game after a while, so let's just compare our best pitcher, Amir, to the White Sox best pitcher, Dylan Cease.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Cease pitched 177 innings of 2.4 WAR ball, striking out 214 batters. He had a 4.58 ERA, a 1.418 WHIP, 8.7 hits per 9, 4 flat walks per 9, and a 10.9 strikeout per 9. In English, he was solid. Certainly not as good as he was the year prior when he was the runner-up for the Cy Young, but far from bad. Amir pitched 163 innings to the tune of a 3.80 ERA, striking out 147 batters. His hits per 9 and strikeouts per 9 were around league average, but Amir never walked a single batter. His walks per 9 is a flat 0. This would break George Zetlin's 1876 Philadelphia Athletics record of lowest walks per 9 in history and would become an unbreakable record. Also, since he never walked anybody, his whip is a sterling 0.926, which beats out Garrett Cole's league best whip of 0.981 from last year. But what's the point of all this? What's the verdict? That my love for baseball statistics could be evidence of undiagnosed autism spectrum disorder? Yeah, probably, but we're not talking about me. We're talking about the silly little baseball game that they gave away in boxes of Lucky Charms. Let's compare some other players. The real White Sox best hitter and lone offensive superstar last year was Luis Robert Jr. He's first on the team with home runs, doubles, and RBIs. With a .264 batting average, a .315 on-base percentage, and a .542 slugging percentage, Luis was a huge bright spot for the White Sox and a potential building block for the future. But he ain't no Pablo. Through just 23 games, Pablo's got 20 home runs, 14 doubles, and 45 RBIs. Using some most likely incorrect math, if Pablo kept up this pace for a full 162 game season, Pablo would have around 140 home runs. That would blow Barry Bonds' steroid-aided 73 home run season out of the water. I don't have the exact stats to figure out Pablo's OBP, but if you just add his slugging and average together, we get an OPS of 1.930. Once again, unofficially, with most likely incorrect math, that gives Pablo an OPS plus of 410, where 100 is a league average player, 140 or higher is a Hall of Fame player. Pablo's OPS for the year is 410. If Pablo played in the MLB, he would have been hands down the greatest baseball player in history. I mean, Pete Wheeler had a phenomenal year as well, hitting a .555 average, a 1.016 slug, and 10 stolen bases. With his insane speed and bat-to-ball skills, you could be looking at the white Ricky Henderson. Ahmed had a great year behind the plate, projects to be a devastating power-hitting catcher, maybe even the next Salvador Perez. And Keisha, I mean, if anybody could break the gender barrier in sports, it'd be her. With her speed, power, and defensive ability, she would be a top prospect in baseball today. I mean, any one of these young stars would have immediately turned the real-life White Sox into World Series contenders. There's just one issue. My math is probably faulty. This is a children's video game with wacky power-ups like a ball that has a mind of its own. The real-life White Sox have a dog-shit manager who would probably find a way to ruin these kids' development. The dimensions of Parks Department Field number 2 are not up to MLB regulation. Some of the other kids we were playing against were absolutely terrible and should have been riding the bench. We're basing all these stats off a 14-game regular season, which is an incredibly small sample size. And what the hell is in this juice anyway? This shit enabled Amir to throw the ball so fast that it caught on fire. You can even hear the kids squeal in pain when they catch it. Hit this, you fucking casual.
From the windup, the 1-2 pitch.
But no, I believe in these kids. I believe they can take the next step to become future athletes. I choose to believe in what they've accomplished, regardless of their supposed use of performance-enhancing drugs. I believe they can grow up one day and become White Sox legends. Oh yeah, and go play backyard baseball. It's really fun. You know, by the time this video comes out, the baseball season should be in full swing, and I could talk about, I could talk about another game I like to play. Oh, excuse me. No. Look, there's nothing wrong with me playing this game that much. I don't have a problem. It's barely even a game. You know, it's just a spreadsheet simulator, okay? Half the time it's just on my other monitor, okay? It just runs in the background half the time, okay? That's why these numbers are so skewed, okay? I'm fine, okay? Really, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. And there's nothing wrong with me playing out of the park baseball for over 2,500 hours, okay? It's my time.
Well, I couldn't find it for a second. Like, you know, I don't think Burns isn't going to resign. Like, he said he's going to go to free agency. Thank you. That is the best comment of the live stream. What are we going to do with Tony Kemp?